the music and sounds that I heard in my head come from hip hop, but then being really into other forms of music, dance music, jazz, funk. Afrikan Sciences was a way to funnel all of that different energy and feeling through one particular project. Those records like Theta Wave and Means and Ways were like the first LPs that were released. And since then, it's been a progression. Over the years, it's become more refined. Really, back then it was just like
you were experimenting
heavily. I still experiment, and it's always like trying to push the boundaries, especially with rhythm and giving like electronic music a more soulful feeling. That's the main drive. And flash forward to now, okay, I'm getting older, so it might not be as wild as it used to be, but it's still out there, I would say. I guess people consider it like Leftfield. My polish is still very dirty and haphazard, but I've used pianos since I've been doing production. But this project, it coincides with my birthday, which would be like my 49th, getting older, and it's just like, okay, let me express this, and without the moniker this time, it's just going to be Eric Douglas Porter in it, and it still has all of these references that are relatable. It's still like more. A lot of it is up-tempo, but then there's some slower things as well. I don't want to say I'm trying to show more diversity, because I've always pulled from different, inspiration. If you really peep the cover and do the knowledge on it, Parlor music, I kind of shout out one of my inspirations, Paul McCartney, on the whole thing. Still I flip it my own way, but on that album, which is one of my favorites, he has a cut on there called Front Parlor. To me, in my memory as a young kid, that was one of the first electronic albums that I remember.
If someone wants to get into your music, what would you say to them? Where should they start from your discography?
I think a lot of people gravitate towards the record that I did with Pan. Where it started, I would say you'd have to check the Bandcamp, because there's some releases on there that go all the way back to the beginning. A lot of tracks were stored and saved from old hard drives and things like that. If you want to look at the birth of the whole project, Play Love by Ear, volumes 1 and 2. Photon Wizard is one of my favorite releases. Laurie Anderson, there's a cut with Peter Gabriel, Gravity's Angel, released under the moniker of Gravity's Angel, but I switched up the spelling. Frank Zappa, Weather Report, Joe Zawinul, and Jaco Pastorius. The Chicago guys, those innovators, what they did with the drum machines and music. George Clinton and Parliament, Funkadelic, always big inspiration. Just, I guess, if you notice a pattern, it's like just stuff that's weird, a little weird. It's always been my cup of tea.
We like weird music here. It's awesome. Chicago, New York, Detroit, or Miami?
I take inspiration from everything that's coming out of those cities.
Cool. Thank you so much, Eric. Afrikan Sciences Parlor music is going to go out on the 2nd of February